welcome to Back to School Night at Northvail. My name is Mrs. Garcia, and I'm really looking forward to working with your children in third grade. Just to tell you a little bit about me, I have been teaching at Northvail for 21 years. I even did my student teaching at Northvail in second grade a very long time ago. I spent my first 12 years here teaching first grade, and this is my 9th year teaching third grade. And I love third grade because it's such an exciting time to see the growth that the children make, both in their academics, in their social skills, and in their independence. So I'm looking forward to having a really wonderful year with your children. I am the mom of 2 virtual learners. I have a 6th grade son named Braden and a 3rd grade son named Rafe. So I have the unique experience of seeing virtual learning both as a teacher and as a parent. And with that being said, I wanted to let you know that I am here to support you. I know it's an adjustment for the children, and they are really making great strides with learning how to navigate Google Classroom, to coming to the links on time, and to putting their best effort into their work. So I'm really proud of them. But I know it's also an adjustment for you as parents as well. And I wanted you to know that I'm here. If you have questions, if you have concerns, you can reach me anytime through email at jgarcia@pthsd.net. And the children know that if they have questions or concerns, they can send me private messages through Google Classroom. And I'm here to support you and help you both. I wanted to give you a quick little tour of our classroom. So if you see over here, we have some inspirational messages on our bulletin board. We have our class rules. This is where I do a lot of my live streaming. We have our daily objectives for the day. You'll see we have reading and writing anchor charts that we use to practice our reading and writing skills. Over here, you will see our wall of amazing 3rd grade owls. You'll see the student desks. And that's a quick tour. So to conclude, I'm really looking forward to working with you and your children this year. We are going to have a fantastic year in 3rd grade filled with learning and fun. And now the 3rd grade teachers are going to share a little bit more information about 3rd grade in our back to school presentation. Have a great night.
This presentation is by the 3rd grade teachers, Ms. Bayonne, Mrs. Garcia, and Mrs. Messier. To start off, we're going to just review the report card indicators. These are the indicators that you'll see on your child's classroom assignments. A 1 means that they need support. So if they attain a 1, it means that they're not yet grasping the concept and they're not consistently applying it in their work. A 2 means approaching the standards. So perhaps they're showing us that they are starting to apply the skill in their work, but they're just not doing it consistently. A 3 is what we want all students to strive for. A 3 means that they're meeting the standard. They're grasping and applying the concept consistently. You'll see in Genesis that we put a 3 as the max points on assignments, and that is because that is what we ultimately want the children to strive for, consistent application of the skill. There are times, though, where the student might have the opportunity to apply the skill in an exceptional way that is beyond grade level expectations, and that would be a 4, exceeding the standard. But really what we want to do is encourage the children to strive for a 3. We want them to apply the 3rd grade standards and apply the skills to their work consistently. Please keep in mind that in the beginning of 3rd grade, some of the things that we work on might be a little bit of a review from 2nd grade. So you might see as the year progresses and things become more difficult, you might see, things that your child started off earning as 3s going down. And likewise, things that in the beginning of the year they may have a little bit of difficulty with and they might be, receiving a 2 on. As the year goes on and they become more familiar with the skills, you're going to see those grades go up. So just keep in mind, that throughout the year they're growing and learning, and you might see some fluctuation with scores. But really we want to just encourage the children to always do their best. The gradebook is online. You can access it through the parent portal on Genesis, and that way you can check your child's progress on a regular basis. You'll also be signing up for your conference time on the parent portal in Genesis. Conferences are going to be held in November and March. We do not have any specific information yet as far as how they'll be held. I can assume they might be held through a Google Meet or something like that, but more information will come home closer to the time. Progress reports are available 3 times a year in December, March, and June. Please make sure that you take the time to look over your child's progress report and read your teacher's comments. These progress reports are always available on Genesis, so you can access it throughout the year. And like I said, we're going to continue with scheduled parent-teacher conferences to discuss your child's growth and progress towards meeting the grade level standards.
Now we're going to take a look at the 3rd grade curriculum. In math, you can see the skills that we will be working on this year. A strong emphasis will be placed on problem solving throughout each of these skill areas. We will be working with 1-step and 2-step problems. Also, we will be placing a strong emphasis on mastering our division and multiplication facts to improve our fact fluency. If we take a look in science, we are wrapping up the engineering and design process. Next, we're going to be working with weather and climate. We will talk about motion and matter. And our last unit of study is structures of life. We'll be learning about life cycles of plants and animals. In social studies, we are wrapping up our geography and map skills study. Next, we'll be learning about early American people. This will consist of Native American tribes and the pioneers. In government, we will learn the levels of government, and we will learn the responsibilities for each branch of government. And lastly, we will study the history of New Jersey. In language arts, we will be focusing on 4 main reading units. The first unit is Building a Reading Life, in which the children are learning how to set themselves up for reading and make reading best for them. The next unit we will be studying is Mysteries, where the children will learn how to solve mysteries as they are reading and how to look for clues. Our next unit of study is Nonfiction Writing, or Reading, where the children will be reading nonfiction text. And then the last unit of study is Research, where the children will be researching to learn more about a topic. In writing, we have 4 units of study as well. Our first unit of study is Narrative Writing, where the children have been writing small moments about their own lives. The next unit of study is Persuasive Writing, where the children will take a stance or make an argument and try to use supporting details to convince others to agree with them. After that, we will move into Nonfiction Writing to correlate with our nonfiction reading unit. And the last unit of study is Fairy Tales, where the children will be reading adapted versions of fairy tales, and then they will be creating their own adapted fairy tales. We will be working with reading comprehension and vocabulary throughout our reading program. In health, we will learn about nutrition, how to make a healthy diet, how to take care of our bodies and eat healthy. We will be learning about character education, and this goes in with our daily SEL, which is social emotional learning, how to have respect for ourselves, how to take care of our own minds and bodies, and how to have respect for others. And our last unit of study is drugs and alcohol. In language arts, we will be doing a lot of specific skills in both fiction and nonfiction literature. We will be working with story structure. The children will be able to identify topic, main idea, and details of nonfiction text. They will be able to analyze and compare characters. And when we analyze characters, we're looking at their character traits. What are they like? We will summarize stories to find the beginning, middle, and end. We will make inferences. We will be answering comprehension questions in both fiction and nonfiction texts. We will be identifying cause and effect throughout stories. We will find themes of stories, and we will be looking at author's point of view and perspective. If you take a quick look at this chart, it just shows you how the more a child reads, the more successful they are in school. And it shows the difference between a child who reads 20 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, and 1 minute a day. So getting that 20 minutes a day truly does benefit the children's academics. As we begin the year, in writing, we focus on the construction of one well-written paragraph. We're looking for a strong opening sentence that gets the attention of the reader, and we're looking for a strong wrap-up sentence or closing sentence to conclude our ideas. As the year progresses, we will be working up to 3 paragraphs with a clear introduction and conclusion. We will also be focusing a lot on answering open-ended response questions and using supporting details from the text. So I ask that anytime the children answer a question, they go back and they find the detail from the text to support it.
Homework. So homework is given every day to students except on Friday. In addition to the daily homework assignments that students are given, it is important that you read with your child every night for at least 20 minutes. So this could be reading an independent text they have at home or an independent text that we sent home with them in the beginning of the year. It can also include books on Raz Kids and Epic. Reflex Math is a great resource that allows students to increase their fact fluency in math. And so students should be utilizing Reflex Math daily. And as they are working with Reflex Math, they should aim to achieve their green light. The homework that is provided for students is meant to be a review of some of the concepts that we have covered in class earlier that day. We want students to get into the habit of writing down their homework assignments daily. So they each have an agenda pad, but they should be writing down their assignments that are due the following day. So please check on those assignment pads and make sure that students are writing down their assignments. And I know that it's a little bit different now with the Google Classroom versus in person, but the Google Classroom, we do post the assignments that are due, but just to get into the habit of going through the daily assignments on the agenda pad, please have your child write down their assignments by hand and just check to make sure that those assignments are being completed. So access for websites at home. Clever is an amazing resource that allows students to easily access all of the other resources that they need to complete assignments in class. So through Clever, students can quickly access, without having to type in a password or username, Raz Kids, Reflex Math, Think Central, FOSS, which is our science program, and many other resources are right there at their disposal through Clever. So specials, all specials will be Monday through Friday from 1:55 to 2:25. So on Monday, students have music. Tuesday, they have media. Wednesday and Friday, they have physical education. And on Thursday, they have art. So things you can do at home with your child. Make sure that your child goes to bed early and gets plenty of rest. Make sure that your child eats a healthy breakfast before coming to school. It'll make sure that they have a well-rested and well-fed brain for their great achievements in the academic day. Pack your child a healthy snack. We do have snack during the day, so make sure that they do have a snack so that they can get a little bit of energy for the remainder of the morning. Provide them with a variety of fun and educational experiences. So this is very important, especially today with everything going on. We want to make sure that students are having a fun but educational experience. And praise often, because everyone is doing a phenomenal job right now in these very difficult times.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us on this back to school night. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.